name is Jason Hicks. I drive a 1952 Plymouth Cranbrook. I've owned the car for about 10 years. Started out with its all original car. Primer gray paint when I bought it. It sat about 3 foot higher than it does now. I grew up with my dad who always had old cars, classic hot rods, Corvettes, things like that. I've always wanted to just do that. So I finally talked my wife into going and looking for a car. Didn't know what I was exactly looking for. Went to a swap meet in Indianapolis and I saw it sitting in the back corner, looking ugly as can be. I said to her, I think that's it. She's like, are you serious? That's what you want? I was like, yeah, I think I can make something out of it. And so we talked to the guy and made a good deal on it and drove it home that next day. So when I got the car, I drove it for a couple of years with the 218 in it, the original straight six. I went to the Road Rocket Rumble over in Claremont, and on the way home, right before I got to the driveway, it started smoking and knocking, and so I blew the engine. Just driving it normal, it just was wore out. So talked to my dad, he talked me into getting a Chevy small block. We got a really good deal on one with the transmission, and we were putting it in, and then my dad decided to move to Florida. And so it left me kind of stuck, and so my friend Anthony Harvey, I got a hold of him, and he has an old livestock barn, and we took the car over there on a trailer, and we spent many nights in the middle of winter with no heat out there, 0-degree weather, putting that engine in. For about a year it took us to get it all done just from doing it in our spare time. So I owe him a lot of credit for helping me out with that. I always liked the matte finish with glossy accents. I knew that I wanted hot rod flats color. I like red a lot, but I didn't want to do a bright red. So I found that color online and I ran with it, and it's actually the only car I've ever painted. I did all the body work in my garage. It's been nosed and decked, which means all the trim has been taken off the front and the rear. I've custom made the grille, took out some bars to give the illusion that it's floating. Took all the bumper guards off of it. The car originally had chrome trim that ran down the fenders and on the back fenders as well. I took those off, I filled the holes, shaved the door handles. I've added spotlights to the front. I put 1954 Mercury hubcaps all around. This is actually the first car and the only car I've ever welded on. I learned how to weld with my Voodoo Kings club brothers, and then where I worked had a paint shop. And so on the weekend I drove it there, got it all taped up, painted it right there in the paint shop. The pinstriping is from Voodoo Larry. He's the president of the Voodoo Kings car club that I'm in. He's out of Illinois, and he's been, gosh, I think he's been building cars and doing pinstriping and everything custom for 40 plus years. He's very talented, and he did all the pinstriping for me at the James Dean car show last year. We originally had lowering blocks in it. I've always wanted air ride. When I bought this car, I originally wanted to do that right off the bat. So 10 years later, I finally found somebody to do it for me, and I trusted him with it, and he did a great job. His name's Craig Howell, and he works at Mud Creek, or he owns Mud Creek Metal Works, and he did a great job on it. I really couldn't be happier with how it looks now. So yeah, I'm in the Voodoo Kings Custom Car Club. We are based out of Chicago, Illinois. We have chapters in Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, multiple other states around the country. Very big group of guys that are into just custom, classic, traditional custom cars only. Been with them for about 2 years now. Prospect for a year before that, so technically going on 3 years. It's a great group of guys, great family-oriented club. We just like to get out, hit car shows, we like to cruise. We like to do things that aren't car shows, like we like to check out museums and things like that. Just anything to get us together as a club, just share our love for the cars, for the hobby, just having a good time together. My wife, honestly, she likes the car. She likes that I'm into the cars. But the first time that I took her for a ride in this car, it died pulling out of the driveway. The hubcap fell off, and then I had to have my neighbor come jump start me. So she pretty much lost all interest in the car right off the bat. And that was 10 years ago, and it's still Still working on getting her back into it. It's an experience. I mean, it feels like you're driving a tank, but it's just nothing but fun. You're always happy. Everybody that drives by you is always looking and waving and giving you thumbs up. It's a great experience. You never get in the car in a bad mood. I'm really happy with the way it looks now. Cosmetically, it's everything I wanted to get done. Now I need to start working on the interior. A few things mechanically that need to be done just over time. And just obviously things wear out. Even in the 10 years that I've owned it, things have worn out since then. So I just need to go back through it and start tightening up things like that. But as for the way it looks, I'm pretty over the moon with it.